good evening. As you find a comfortable position, letting your body grow heavy and your mind begin to quiet, consider a simple, profound truth. You're not still. Even as you lie here, perfectly at rest, you are a passenger on an immense cosmic vessel. Your planet, your sun, your entire galaxy is moving, not randomly, but with purpose, drawn by an unseen force towards a destination we cannot see. Tonight, we are not going to fight this current. We are going to drift with it. We will journey towards the heart of this mystery, an anomaly known as the Great Attractor, the invisible object that is pulling our Milky Way and 100,000 other galaxies through the silent, velvet darkness of space. There is nothing to do now but breathe, listen, and allow yourself to be carried away on this grand, cosmic river. Let the scale of the universe cradle you as you drift toward sleep. To understand where we are going, we must first understand the landscape of our journey. For most of the 20th century, we believed the universe was expanding uniformly, like the surface of a balloon being inflated. Every galaxy was moving away from every other galaxy, a concept elegantly described by Hubble's law. It painted a picture of a grand, orderly cosmos, predictable in its expansion. Scientists measured this expansion by observing the light from distant galaxies. The farther away a galaxy was, the more its light was stretched into the red end of the spectrum, a phenomenon known as redshift. This redshift was the universal speed limit sign, telling us how fast everything was receding from us and from everything else. This was the cosmic background, the expected motion of the universe. But in the 1970s, astronomers began to notice something strange, something that didn't fit this perfect, uniform picture. They found deviations, what they called peculiar velocities. It seemed that on top of the universal expansion, galaxies had their own local movements. They were not just floating apart. They were being nudged, pushed, and pulled by local gravity. Imagine tiny paper boats on the surface of a gently expanding pond. While the pond's surface stretches, carrying them all apart, some boats are also caught in tiny currents and eddies, drawing them together into small flotillas. For a time, this was a sufficient explanation. But soon, they would discover this was not a tiny current. It was a cosmic torrent, pulling everything in our corner of the universe towards one colossal, hidden destination. Our story begins with the cosmic microwave background radiation, the oldest light in the universe. Imagine this light as a faint, gentle, and almost perfectly uniform warmth filling all of space. It's the afterglow of the Big Bang, a baby picture of the cosmos from nearly 14 billion years ago. This light provides a perfect frame of reference, a cosmic backdrop against which all motion can be measured. It is the ultimate stationary point in the universe. So, when astronomers measured our galaxy's motion relative to this ancient light, they expected to see only the smooth, outward flow of cosmic expansion. Instead, they found something shocking. The Milky Way was moving at a staggering 1.3 million miles per hour, or 600 kilometers per second, in a direction that had nothing to do with the overall expansion. We were not just drifting apart, we were hurtling sideways. This was a profound and deeply unsettling discovery. It was as if you were on a raft you believed to be floating freely in the middle of the ocean, only to look down and see a powerful, invisible current pulling you with immense speed toward a fog-shrouded horizon. The data was checked and rechecked, and then checked again. There was no error in the measurements. Our entire local group of galaxies, including Andromeda and dozens of smaller satellite galaxies, was on a high-speed journey toward a specific point in the sky, in the direction of the constellations Hydra and Centaurus. The question was no longer if we were moving, but why? What could possibly possess enough mass, enough gravitational influence to command the movement of entire galaxies across millions of light years of space? The search for this cosmic mystery, this great attractor, had begun. To pinpoint the source of this pull, a team of astronomers in the 1980s, who came to be known as the Seven Samurai, embarked on an ambitious quest. Their mission was to map the peculiar velocities of hundreds of galaxies in our cosmic neighborhood. They weren't just looking at how fast galaxies were moving away from us due to expansion. They were looking for the subtle, additional motions caused by local gravity. It was a painstaking and meticulous process, like trying to map the unseen ocean currents by watching the drift of thousands of individual ships. For each of the 400 elliptical galaxies they studied, they had to measure its distance and its velocity with incredible precision. By comparing a galaxy's actual observed velocity with the velocity it should have had due to cosmic expansion alone, they could calculate its peculiar motion, the part of its movement caused by the gravitational pull of nearby structures. They were, in essence, creating a three-dimensional map of the gravitational landscape of our corner of the universe. And as this map began to take shape, a stunning picture emerged. It was a picture of convergence. It showed not just our own galaxy, but vast collections of galaxies, entire clusters and superclusters, all flowing in the same general direction, like countless streams and rivers merging into one immense, invisible cosmic basin. This was no small, local effect. This was a phenomenon on a scale that was difficult to comprehend. A gravitational anomaly so massive that its influence was felt across more than 250 million light years of space. The Seven Samurai had found their target. They had unveiled a vast, unseen concentration of mass, and they gave it a name that perfectly captured its mysterious and powerful nature: the Great Attractor. Let us take a moment to visualize this cosmic flow. Settle your mind and imagine you are floating in the silent emptiness between galaxies. Around you, in every direction, are islands of light. Some are majestic spirals like our own Milky Way, their arms swirling with the blue light of newborn stars. Others are colossal, golden spheres, elliptical galaxies that are home to trillions of ancient, red suns. And there are countless smaller, irregular galaxies, like scattered jewels against black velvet. In a perfectly expanding universe, you would see all of these islands drifting away from you, their light slowly fading. But that is not what you see. Instead, you feel a gentle, persistent tug, and you notice that you and the Milky Way and the great Andromeda galaxy and all of your smaller companions are moving together. You are part of a stream, And as you look farther out, you see other streams. The Virgo cluster, a massive city of over 1,000 galaxies, is also part of this flow. The Hydra Centaurus Supercluster, another immense gathering of galactic light, is being pulled along as well. You are witnessing a cosmic migration on an unimaginable scale. It is a slow, silent, and graceful dance of gravity, choreographed by an unseen partner. There is no sound, no rush of wind, only the steady, inexorable drift of 100,000 galaxies through the void. This is our reality. This is the journey you are on right now as you lie here, listening. You are a passenger in a river of stars, flowing towards the heart of a great and profound mystery. The discovery of the Great Attractor presented a tantalizing new puzzle. Astronomers now knew where this cosmic giant was located, but they had no idea what it was. The logical next step was simple. Point our most powerful telescopes in that direction and see what's there. But this is where the universe threw a veil over its own secret. When astronomers tried to look towards the coordinates of the Great Attractor, they found their view was almost completely blocked. The object of their search lay directly behind the densest part of our own Milky Way galaxy. This region of the sky is known as the Zone of Avoidance. It is not a physical barrier in space, but a barrier of perception, a curtain of our own making. Imagine trying to see a distant mountain range while standing in the middle of a dense, swirling blizzard. The plane of our galaxy, the glowing band of the Milky Way that stretches across our night sky, is a thick disk of stars, gas, and interstellar dust. This dust is incredibly effective at absorbing and scattering visible light. When we try to look through it, the light from distant objects is dimmed, obscured, and ultimately lost in the foreground glare of billions of our own suns. It is a beautiful, shimmering curtain that hides nearly 20% of the distant universe from our view. And right in the middle of this hidden territory, this cosmic blind spot, lies the very thing we are being pulled towards. The universe, it seemed, was not yet ready to give up its secret. The Great Attractor was hiding in plain sight, its immense gravitational presence felt across the cosmos. But its physical form remained a complete and utter mystery. The challenge of the Zone of Avoidance felt like a cosmic taunt. The answer to one of the biggest questions in cosmology was right there, just beyond our reach, shrouded by the light of our own home. But human curiosity is a relentless force. If one window is closed, we find another way to look. While visible light was blocked by the galactic dust, other forms of light, other wavelengths on the electromagnetic spectrum, could pierce through the veil. Astronomers turned to radio telescopes, whose long wavelengths can travel through the dust clouds with much less interference. They began to painstakingly survey the Zone of Avoidance, searching for the faint radio whispers of hidden galaxies. They also used infrared telescopes, which can detect the heat signature of stars and galaxies that are otherwise invisible. It was like using thermal imaging to see through smoke. And slowly, painstakingly, a picture began to emerge from behind the curtain. They found galaxies, hundreds of them, and then thousands. They discovered a massive cluster of galaxies, which they named the Norma Cluster, sitting very close to the predicted location of the Great Attractor. This was a significant discovery. The Norma cluster is immense, containing the mass of perhaps 1,000 trillion suns. It was a powerful gravitational source, a definite contributor to the pull we feel. For a moment, it seemed the mystery might be solved. Perhaps the Great Attractor was simply this giant, previously hidden city of galaxies. But as the calculations were done, a new problem arose. The Norma cluster, as massive as it is, was not massive enough. Its gravity could only account for a fraction of the tremendous velocity of our local group. It was an important piece of the puzzle, but it was not the whole picture. The Great Attractor was still out there, and it was even bigger and more mysterious than we had ever imagined. Let yourself sink deeper now, deeper into comfort, deeper into this cosmic mystery. The discovery that the Norma cluster was not the final answer only deepened the intrigue. The Great Attractor was not a single object, but something more complex, more distributed. The gravitational pull was real, its effects were measurable, but its source remained elusive, a ghostly presence in the cosmos. Scientists began to consider a more profound possibility, one that touches upon the very structure of the universe itself. What if the bulk of the Great Attractor's mass wasn't in the stars and galaxies we could see at all? What if it was made of something else entirely? This brings us to the great unseen component of our universe, dark matter. We know that the luminous matter we can see, the stars, the gas, the dust, makes up only about 5% of the total mass and energy of the cosmos. Roughly 27% is thought to be this invisible, non-reactive substance called dark matter. It does not shine, it does not reflect light, and it does not interact with us in any way except through the subtle yet powerful influence of its gravity. We can't see it, but we can see the way it bends the path of starlight. We can see the way it holds galaxies together, preventing them from flying apart as they spin. Dark matter forms a vast, invisible scaffolding upon which the visible universe is built. So perhaps the Great Attractor is not a cluster of galaxies, but an immense, unprecedented concentration of this invisible substance. It could be a vast halo of dark matter, a gravitational well so deep and wide that it has been collecting galaxies for billions of years, pulling them into its unseen embrace. It is a humbling thought. Our galaxy's destiny, our billion-year journey across the cosmos, might be dictated by a substance we cannot see, cannot touch, and cannot yet comprehend. Imagine the universe as a vast, dark ocean. The galaxies we see are like clusters of glowing plankton, beautiful but representing only a tiny fraction of the ocean's true substance. The water itself, the vast majority of the ocean, is the dark matter. It is everywhere, silent and unseen, but its currents shape the distribution of all the light. In this analogy, the Great Attractor is a massive, deep-sea vortex. It is a place where the currents of dark matter converge, creating an enormous gravitational depression in the fabric of spacetime. The galaxies, the glowing plankton, are simply caught in this cosmic whirlpool, spiraling gently inward over the course of eons. This image helps us understand why its source is so hard to see. We are looking for the glowing plankton, but the real power is in the invisible water itself. This idea aligns with our best models of how the universe is structured. On the largest scales, matter is not distributed randomly. It is arranged in a magnificent web-like structure. This is the cosmic web. It consists of vast, empty regions called voids, separated by long, interconnected filaments of dark matter. Galaxies and galaxy clusters form like beads of dew along these filaments. And where these filaments intersect, where the great cosmic rivers of dark matter meet, we find the most massive structures in the universe, superclusters. The Great Attractor, then, could be one of these grand intersections, a nexus point in the cosmic web, a place where multiple filaments are channeling matter and galaxies into one central location. Our journey is not toward an object, but toward a region, a gravitational basin at the heart of the cosmic web. As we continue to map our local universe, peering through the zone of avoidance and charting the motions of more and more galaxies, the picture became even grander and even more elegant. In 2014, a team of astronomers redefined our place in the cosmos entirely. They showed that the Virgo Supercluster, which we had long considered our home structure, was itself just a small province of a much larger empire. By mapping the gravitational flows, they defined a new supercluster based on the region of space that drains into a common center. They had mapped our cosmic watershed. They named this structure Laniakea, a Hawaiian word meaning immeasurable heaven. And at the very heart of this vast celestial continent, at the bottom of its gravitational basin, lies the Great Attractor. This discovery was a profound shift in perspective. The Great Attractor was no longer some external, mysterious object pulling us from afar. It is, in a very real sense, the center of our home. We are not being pulled by a stranger. We are simply rolling downhill toward the center of our own supercluster. Imagine a vast, continent-sized valley. All the rainwater that falls anywhere in that valley will eventually flow down through countless streams and rivers to the lowest point, a central lake. Laniakea is that valley. Each galaxy is a drop of rain, and the Great Attractor is the central lake toward which all cosmic rivers flow. Our journey is a natural consequence of the gravitational landscape we inhabit. We are simply following the path of least resistance, flowing along the gentle curvature of space-time toward our local center of mass. Let's explore the sheer scale of our home, this immeasurable heaven called Laniakea. Try to picture it, but do not strain your mind. Just allow the numbers to wash over you like a gentle wave. Laniakea is 520 million light years across. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you more than 500 million years to cross from one end to the other. It contains the mass of 100 quadrillion suns. That is a 1, followed by 17 zeros. And within this vast expanse are approximately 100,000 galaxies, including our own Milky Way. All of these galaxies, these islands of light, are gravitationally bound to this one system. They're all part of the same cosmic structure, all flowing inward toward the Great Attractor. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, is located on one of the outer filaments of Laniakea in a relatively quiet suburban neighborhood. The Virgo cluster, which we once thought was the center of our universe, is just another neighborhood closer to the downtown core. This new map gives us a sense of place, a cosmic address. We are residents of Earth in the solar system within the Orion arm of the Milky Way galaxy, which is a member of the local group on the outskirts of the Virgo cluster, all of which is contained within the Laniakea Supercluster, and the entire supercluster is defined by its gravitational connection to the Great Attractor. It provides a beautiful and profound context for our existence. We are not lost in a random cosmos. We are part of a structure, a system, a family of galaxies journeying together through the vastness of time and space. But even this elegant picture of Laniakea contains another, deeper mystery. Just as we discovered the Great Attractor pulling us, astronomers mapping out the flows within Laniakea found another, even larger and more distant source of motion. It seems that our entire Laniakea Supercluster, all 100,000 galaxies, the Great Attractor included, is itself being pulled across the universe. The whole system is moving toward an even more massive concentration of matter, known as the Shapley Supercluster. Shapley is the largest confirmed concentration of galaxies in our local universe, a true cosmic metropolis located about 650 million light years away from us. It is so dense with galaxies that it exerts a powerful gravitational pull on everything for hundreds of millions of light years around it. So, our journey is layered. It is a motion within a motion. We are flowing towards the Great Attractor, the center of our local Laniakea Basin. But the entire basin, the whole Laniakea structure itself, is being pulled as a single unit toward the distant Shapley Supercluster. It is as if the river we are on is not emptying into a lake, but is itself flowing down a mountainside into an even larger sea. This adds another layer of sublime complexity to our cosmic travels. We are part of a delicate and intricate dance of gravity on multiple scales, a nested hierarchy of motion that stretches across nearly 1 billion light years of space. Each discovery does not necessarily provide a final answer, but instead reveals a deeper, more magnificent layer of the cosmic architecture. The universe is not a static stage, but a dynamic, evolving system of currents and flows, and we are privileged to be along for the ride. Let your breathing be slow and steady now, mirroring the slow, steady pull of gravity across the cosmos. This multi-layered journey from the local group to the Great Attractor, and from Laniakea to the Shapley Supercluster, invites a calming philosophical reflection. It reminds us that everything is connected. No galaxy is an island. We are all part of an interconnected web, bound by the invisible threads of gravity. Our fate is tied to the fate of our neighbors, both near and far. This cosmic perspective can be deeply soothing. When we are caught up in the small, immediate worries of our daily lives, it can feel as though our problems are immense and overwhelming. But then we remember the silent, effortless journey of our galaxy. We remember that we are part of a flow that has been in motion for billions of years and will continue for billions more. Our individual lives are but a fleeting moment on a vessel engaged in a journey of cosmic proportions. This does not diminish our importance. Rather, it places us within a grand and beautiful context. It allows us to let go of the need for absolute control and to trust in the larger currents that guide us. We can relax into this motion Just as you can relax into the gentle pull of sleep, you are being carried. The universe is carrying you. There's nothing you need to do but allow this journey to unfold, both in the cosmos and within your own peaceful, sleeping mind. Let's return our focus to the heart of our local basin, the Great Attractor itself. Even with our understanding of Laniakea, the exact nature of what lies at its center is still debated. More recent and advanced observations using X-ray telescopes that can pierce the galactic dust even more effectively than radio or infrared have continued to map the Zone of Avoidance. These surveys have revealed even more galaxies and clusters behind the Milky Way's curtain. The largest of these is the Vela Supercluster, a colossal structure that was only confirmed in 2017. Its presence adds another significant piece to the gravitational puzzle. It seems the Great Attractor is not a single point, but a broad, sprawling region of overdensity. It is the combined gravitational pull of the Norma cluster, the Vela Supercluster, and other massive clusters, all located in the same general area, all embedded within a vast sea of dark matter. It's less of a single attractor and more of a great wall of gravity. Imagine not a single vortex, but a long, massive reef beneath the ocean's surface, creating a broad current that draws everything toward it. This makes the phenomenon both less mysterious and, in a way, more majestic. It is the result of the natural, large-scale structure of the universe, the inevitable consequence of gravity acting on matter over 14 billion years. It is a testament to the patient, creative power of this fundamental force, which has sculpted the cosmos into the magnificent, interconnected web we see today. Think about the timescales involved in this cosmic journey. They are so vast that they defy human comprehension, and in their vastness, there is a profound peace. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is traveling toward the Great Attractor region at about 1.3 million miles per hour. While that sounds incredibly fast, space is incredibly empty, and the distances are immense. At this speed, it will still take us tens of billions of years to reach our destination. This is a journey that began long before our sun was born, long before the Earth was formed, and it will continue long after our sun has exhausted its fuel and faded into darkness. We are just temporary passengers, witnessing a tiny fraction of a single leg this epic voyage. There's a deep comfort in this. It frees us from any sense of cosmic urgency. The universe is in no hurry, and so neither should we be. The cosmic currents flow with a patience that is absolute. They are shaped by forces that operate over eons, building structures of breathtaking beauty and complexity with the slow, steady hand of time. As you prepare for sleep, you can connect with this cosmic patience. Allow your own inner clock to slow down, to release the hurried pace of the day, and attune itself to the gentle, eternal rhythm of the cosmos. Breathe in and feel the stillness of the moment. Breathe out and let go into the vast, unhurried timeline of the stars. What will happen when we finally arrive? It is a question that is purely theoretical, as it lies in a future so distant it is almost meaningless to us, but it is a peaceful thought to contemplate. We will not crash. A collision of galaxies is not like a collision of solid objects. Galaxies are mostly empty space. When two galaxies merge, they pass through each other like ghosts. Their vast clouds of gas and dust will interact, triggering a spectacular burst of new star formation, a cosmic renaissance of light and life. The individual stars, however, are so far apart that they will almost certainly sail past one another unharmed. Our solar system would likely drift through the newly merged galaxy without any noticeable effect, apart from a dramatically more crowded and beautiful night sky. The eventual fate of our journey is not one of destruction, but one of merging and creation. We will join a larger community, our galaxy's stars mingling with the stars of countless others in a new, larger galactic home. It is a beautiful metaphor for connection, a reminder that the fundamental tendency of the universe, driven by gravity, is to bring things together, to form larger and more complex structures. From dust clouds to stars, from stars to galaxies, from galaxies to clusters, and from clusters to superclusters. It is a story of cosmic unification, and we are living in the middle of one of its most majestic chapters. Let's now explore the silence of this journey. All of this motion, this grand migration of 100,000 galaxies, happens in almost perfect silence. The vacuum of space carries no sound. There is no roar of engines, no rush of wind, only the quiet, relentless pull of gravity. Imagine the soundscape of this cosmic river. It is the sound of absolute stillness. It is a silence so profound, it allows you to hear the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, the soft beat of your own heart. In our noisy world, true silence is a rare and precious thing. We are constantly surrounded by sound, by information, by demands on our attention. The thought of this cosmic journey offers an escape into a place of perfect tranquility. You can access this silence right now. Just listen to the quiet spaces between my words. Feel the stillness in the room around you. This is a tiny echo of the great silence of intergalactic space. Let this deep, cosmic quiet wash over you. Let it cleanse your mind of the noise of the day. Let it soothe your nervous system and guide you into a state of deep, peaceful rest. You are floating in a silent sea, under a silent sky, on a silent journey toward a silent destination. Embrace the peace of this profound and unending stillness. Consider the light of this journey. While the space between galaxies is dark, the journey itself is toward a region of immense light. Superclusters are the brightest and most densely populated regions of the universe. As we get closer to the Great Attractor region, over billions of years, our night sky will gradually change. The faint, fuzzy patches of distant galaxies will grow larger and brighter. The sky will become more and more crowded with the light of other island universes. It will be a spectacle of unimaginable beauty. The faint band of our own Milky Way will be joined by the glowing bands of other galaxies, crisscrossing the sky. The darkness will be filled with a soft, collective glow of trillions upon trillions of stars. We will not live to see this, of course, but the thought itself is a beautiful one. It is a reminder that even in the vast darkness, the universe is filled with light, and that our journey is ultimately toward a greater concentration of this light. We are being drawn toward a great gathering of stars. As you close your eyes tonight, you can imagine this future sky. You can fill the darkness behind your eyelids with the soft, gentle light of 1,000 galaxies. Let this imaginary light be a source of comfort and peace, a beacon to guide you into the warm and welcoming realm of your dreams. The very existence of the Great Attractor, Laniakea, and the cosmic web challenges our perception of emptiness. We look up at the night sky and see a few pinpricks of light in a vast, black void. It is easy to feel small and isolated, adrift in an empty cosmos. But the story of our cosmic journey reveals a hidden truth. The void is not empty. It is filled with invisible structures, with gravitational currents, with the scaffolding of dark matter. The emptiness itself has a shape, a texture, a dynamic nature. We are not adrift in an empty ocean. We are embedded within a rich and complex environment, a cosmic ecosystem of which we are an integral part. The forces that guide our galaxy are the same forces that hold your body to your bed, the same forces that keep the Earth in orbit around the sun. It is all one interconnected system, from the smallest scale to the largest. This realization can dissolve feelings of cosmic loneliness. We are not separate from the universe, looking in from the outside. We are the universe. We are made of stardust, and we are flowing with the cosmic currents, a conscious and aware part of this grand, unfolding story. This connection is your birthright. Feel it now. Feel the gentle pull of gravity, the force that connects you to the earth, to the sun, to the center of the galaxy, and to the Great Attractor itself. You are a part of it all. This journey also teaches us a valuable lesson about perspective. From our vantage point on Earth, the ground beneath our feet seems solid and stationary. It is our fixed point of reference. Yet we now know this is an illusion. We are spinning on our planet's axis at 1,000 miles per hour. We are orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. Our solar system is circling the galactic center at 500,000 miles per hour. And our entire galaxy is being pulled toward the Great Attractor at 1.3 million miles per hour. Our feeling of stillness is entirely relative. This is a profound concept that can be applied to our own lives. Sometimes we can feel stuck, as though we are not making any progress. But this feeling is often just a matter of perspective. Like our planet, we may be in the midst of multiple layers of motion and change that are too large or too slow for us to perceive directly. Trust in the journey. Even when you feel still, know that you are moving, growing, and evolving as part of a much larger flow. Life, like the cosmos, is never static. It is a constant, dynamic process of becoming. Relax into this process. Let go of the need to see and measure every bit of progress. Simply trust that you are on your path, being carried forward by the gentle currents of time, just as our galaxy is carried forward by the gentle currents of gravity. Let's revisit the zone of avoidance, that curtain of stars and dust that hides the heart of the Great Attractor. There's a beautiful poetry to this. The thing that obscures our view of our cosmic destination is our own home. The light of our own galaxy's stars, the very stuff we are made of, prevents us from seeing where we are going on the largest scale. It is a cosmic metaphor for the challenges of self-awareness. Often, the very things that constitute our identity, our habits, our beliefs, our personal history, can be the things that obscure our view of our own potential, our own path forward. To see clearly, we sometimes need to find ways to look past the glare of our own immediate experience, to use different tools of perception, just as astronomers use radio and infrared light to peer through the galactic dust. Sleep is one of those tools. In the quiet space of dreams, we can sometimes bypass the noisy foreground of our waking minds and glimpse the deeper currents that are shaping our lives. As you drift off, think of sleep as your personal telescope, allowing you to peer through the zone of avoidance of your own mind into the quiet, mysterious, and powerful center of your own being. Let the journey into sleep be a journey of discovery, a gentle exploration of your own inner cosmos. The story of the Great Attractor is, above all, a story of humility. For centuries, we have placed ourselves at the center of the universe. First, the Earth was the center, then the Sun. Then, we thought our galaxy was the entirety of the cosmos. Even after we discovered other galaxies, we tended to think of ourselves as being in a typical, unremarkable place, not subject to any special motion other than the general expansion. The discovery of our massive, peculiar velocity and the existence of the Great Attractor was another step in our cosmic decentering. It showed us that we are not in a quiet backwater, but are part of a dynamic, dramatic, and highly structured region of the universe. It reminds us that there are forces and structures in the cosmos that are vastly more powerful and significant than we are. And there is a great peace to be found in this humility. It frees us from the burden of cosmic self-importance. We are not the protagonists of the universal story. We are simply part of the story, and a beautiful one at that. We can relax and simply be observers, witnesses to the majesty of it all. This sense of cosmic humility is a wonderful state of mind in which to fall asleep. It is a state of surrender, of letting go, of acknowledging that we are part of something much, much greater than ourselves. Let this feeling of humble awe be your lullaby tonight. As your mind begins to drift, untethered from the thoughts of the day, let it float upon the cosmic river. Imagine the gentle but irresistible pull of the Great Attractor as a comforting, guiding hand. It is not a violent force, but a persistent, patient one. It is the cumulative whisper of the gravity of 100 quadrillion suns, calling across hundreds of millions of light years. It is the fundamental nature of mass to attract mass, of matter to call to matter. This force has been shaping our galaxy's path for its entire existence. It is a constant, reliable presence in a universe of change. In a world where so many things can feel uncertain and chaotic, there's a deep reassurance in this cosmic constancy. The laws of physics are dependable. The force of gravity is unwavering. The journey of our galaxy continues, steady and true, on a path determined billions of years ago. You can lean back into this cosmic certainty. It is a foundation of reality upon which you can rest your weary mind. Let the steady pull of the Great Attractor be a metaphor for the steady pull of sleep. It is a natural, irresistible force, guiding you toward a state of rest and renewal. Do not resist it. Flow with it. Surrender to its gentle, gravitational embrace. Let it pull you down, down, down into a deep and peaceful slumber. Let's think about the name itself. The Great Attractor. It sounds like something from a myth or a legend, a name filled with portent and mystery. It speaks to a fundamental human desire to find meaning and purpose in the cosmos. In reality, it is a natural phenomenon, a concentration of mass governed by the elegant and impersonal laws of physics. Yet, its name reminds us that science and wonder are not mutually exclusive. The universe is not made less beautiful by our understanding of it. It is made more so. To know that we are part of a supercluster called immeasurable heaven, and that we are flowing towards a great attractor, does not strip away the magic. It adds to it. It gives us a new language, a new poetry with which to describe our existence. The process of scientific discovery is a creative act, a way of telling the story of the universe. And as you listen to this story tonight, you are participating in that act of wonder. You are connecting with the generations of curious minds who have looked up at the sky and asked the simple, profound questions. Where are we? Where did we come from? And where are we going? The search for answers is a journey in itself, and tonight, you can simply rest in the beauty of the questions, letting the mysteries of the cosmos cradle you as you sleep. Consider the nature of discovery in this story. The Great Attractor was not found by seeing it, but by observing its effect on everything around it. Its presence was inferred, deduced from the motions of others. It is a testament to the power of indirect observation. This is often true in our own lives as well. The most important things, like love or trust or inspiration, cannot be seen directly. We only know they are there by the way they change us, by the way they alter our path through life. The Great Attractor is a beautiful cosmic reminder that what is most powerful is often what is unseen. The universe is filled with invisible forces and hidden structures that shape our reality. Dark matter, dark energy, the curvature of space-time itself. Our senses are only equipped to perceive a tiny fraction of what is real. There is a deep peace in accepting this. It means that the world is always richer, deeper, and more mysterious than it appears. It invites us to be more aware of the subtle influences in our lives, the gentle gravitational pulls that guide us in ways we may not even realize. As you drift toward sleep, perhaps you can become aware of the gentle, unseen forces in your own life that bring you comfort and peace and a sense of direction. Let your awareness rest on these invisible anchors as you let go of the visible world for the night. The flow of galaxies toward the Great Attractor is a beautiful example of a self-organizing system. There is no grand architect, no celestial choreographer directing this dance. It is simply the result of simple rules, the laws of gravity, playing out on a grand scale over immense periods of time. Tiny, random fluctuations in the density of the early universe have been amplified by gravity over billions of years, creating the magnificent cosmic web we see today. It is a bottom-up process of creation, not a top-down design. This is a deeply hopeful and empowering idea. It suggests that order and beauty can arise naturally from chaos, the complexity can emerge from simplicity. It is a pattern we see everywhere in nature, from the formation of snowflakes to the evolution of life. And it is a pattern that can exist within our own minds. Even when our thoughts feel chaotic and scattered, there's an underlying, natural tendency toward coherence and peace. The act of resting, of letting go, of simply allowing the mind to be, can enable this natural self-organizing process to occur. You don't need to force your mind to be quiet. You can simply create the conditions for quiet to emerge, just as the universe created the conditions for the cosmic web to emerge. The condition, right now, is rest. Simply rest and trust in the natural emergence of peace, both in the cosmos and within you. Let us imagine for a moment what it would feel like to be a disembodied consciousness, drifting along with our galaxy on this journey. You feel no wind, no acceleration. The motion is so smooth, so perfectly uniform, that it is indistinguishable from being at rest. The only way you know you are moving is by observing the world outside. You see the faint light of the cosmic microwave background shifting ever so slightly, bluer in the direction of travel, redder in the direction you leave behind. You see the distant galaxies, those not part of your local flow, appearing to drift past your window. It is a state of perfect, effortless, kinetic grace. This is the state you can invite into your own body as you fall asleep. It is a state of effortless motion, of being carried without resistance. Feel your bed supporting you completely. You do not need to hold yourself up. You can release every muscle, every bit of tension, and allow yourself to be held. You are on a journey into sleep, but it is a journey that requires no effort. You simply need to let go and allow the current to carry you. You are like a spaceship with its engines off, coasting through the silent void, following the gentle, invisible pathways of spacetime. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do. The destination will come to you. Just coast. Just drift. Just be. As we continue to develop new technologies, new telescopes, our view of the Great Attractor and the surrounding structures will only become clearer. The James Webb Space Telescope, with its incredible infrared sensitivity, can peer deeper into the Zone of Avoidance than ever before. New radio astronomy arrays can map the hidden galaxies with unprecedented detail. We are living in a golden age of cosmology, where the great map of the universe is being filled in at an astonishing rate. But it is important to remember that each new discovery will likely open up new questions. Unveiling the secrets of the Great Attractor may lead us to even larger, more mysterious structures beyond it. The journey of knowledge, like the journey of our galaxy, may have no final destination. It is a continuous process of exploration, of moving from one mystery to the next. And that is the beauty of it. It means there will always be more to wonder about, more to explore, more to dream of. The universe will never cease to be a source of awe and inspiration. So as you sleep tonight, know that even as you rest, the great quest for knowledge continues. Telescopes around the world and in space are silently gathering light, continuing to piece together this grand cosmic puzzle. You can rest easy, knowing that the spirit of human curiosity is keeping watch, forever extending our senses into the beautiful, mysterious, and silent night. The Great Attractor is a physical place in our universe, a concentration of matter and gravity. But it's also a powerful symbol. It represents the unknown, the mysterious, the destination that lies just beyond the horizon of our understanding. It is a focal point for our cosmic curiosity, and in this way, it serves a vital purpose. It draws our minds outward, away from the small and the mundane, and toward the vast and the profound. It inspires us to think on grander scales, to contemplate deeper questions, and to feel a sense of connection to the cosmos. Having such a mystery in our cosmic neighborhood is a gift. It keeps the universe interesting. It reminds us that we have not figured everything out, that there are still great discoveries to be made. It is an invitation to wonder, and wonder is a deeply restful state of mind. It is a state of open, receptive curiosity, free from the need for immediate answers or solutions. Tonight, you can rest in this state of wonder. You don't need to solve the mystery of the Great Attractor. You can simply appreciate it. You can let its mysterious presence be a source of calm fascination, a cosmic bedtime story with a beautiful, unresolved ending. Let the wonder of it all be the gentle current that carries you into your dreams. Let your final waking thoughts be of this grand, silent dance. The swirling arms of our Milky Way, 100 billion stars turning in a slow pirouette that takes 250 million years to complete. This entire spinning disk of light, our galactic home, is itself just one dancer in a much larger troupe, the local group. And this troupe is moving across the cosmic stage, drawn by the invisible choreography of the Great Attractor. And the entire stage, the Laniakea Supercluster, is also in motion, a grand procession across the theater of the universe. You are part of this dance. Your quiet breaths, your slowing heartbeat, are the gentle rhythm of a single, precious life within this cosmic ballet. There's no need to strive or struggle. You are already part of the performance. Your role tonight is simply to rest, to allow the dance to continue without you for a little while. Surrender to the music of the spheres, which is not a sound, but a feeling, the feeling of gravity, of connection, of belonging to this vast, beautiful, and mysterious cosmos. Let the dance carry on while you drift into a deep and restorative peace. The stage will be here for you when you wake. As we approach the end of our journey for tonight, let's revisit the image of the cosmic river. Feel yourself floating on its surface, held and supported. The water is dark and smooth, and the stars of 100,000 galaxies are reflected in its surface. The current is slow, but powerful and unerring. It is pulling you gently toward a horizon that is shrouded in the soft mist of the Zone of Avoidance. You have no fear, no anxiety about the destination. The journey itself is too peaceful, too beautiful to allow for worry. You trust the river. You know that it is simply following the natural contours of the universe, flowing from a high place to a low place, as all rivers do. This river is the flow of time, the flow of gravity, the flow of your own consciousness drifting toward sleep. There is nothing to do but to lie back, look up at the reflected stars, and let the current do its work. It is carrying you home, to the deep, quiet center of rest within you. The Great Attractor is the pull of sleep itself, a mysterious and wonderful force that promises renewal and peace. Allow yourself to be drawn in. Allow yourself to let go. The river has you now, and it will carry you safely through the night. Imagine the entire structure of Laniakea, our immeasurable heaven, as a single, vast, cosmic organism. The filaments of the cosmic web are its circulatory system, channeling energy and matter throughout its body. The galaxies are its cells, each one a complex and vibrant hub of activity. The Great Attractor is its heart, the gravitational center that regulates the flow and holds the entire structure together. And within one of these cells, on a tiny, quiet arm, is a single star, our sun. And orbiting that star is a small blue-green planet. And on that planet, you are lying, resting, and breathing. You are a conscious part of this cosmic being. Your awareness is a tiny spark of the universe's own awareness of itself. Through you, through your capacity for wonder and understanding, this vast cosmic organism can reflect upon its own beauty and mystery. This connection is not just poetic, it is literal. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, was forged in the hearts of stars that lived and died long ago. Within this very supercluster, you are a child of Laniakea, and tonight you are resting safely within its embrace. Feel the deep, unconditional safety of being at home in the universe. You belong here, and you can rest now, deeply and completely, cradled in the heart of this immeasurable heaven. Tonight, we've journeyed across millions of light years, not with a ship, but with our imagination. We have followed the silent, invisible currents of gravity that guide our galaxy and 100,000 others on a slow, inexorable pilgrimage toward the Great Attractor. We learned that this is not some strange and terrifying anomaly, but the very heart of our home supercluster, Laniakea. Our journey is not one of being pulled by a foreign object, but of simply flowing downhill in the cosmic landscape we inhabit. We've peered through the zone of avoidance, the curtain of our own galaxy's light, and found that the source of this pull is not a single object, but a vast collection of galaxy clusters, all embedded in an even vaster halo of unseen dark matter. We have come to see that our motion is layered, part of a dance within a dance, as our entire supercluster is itself drawn toward the even more massive Shapley supercluster. Ultimately, this journey teaches us about our true place in the cosmos, not as isolated wanderers, but as integral parts of a magnificent, interconnected, and dynamic structure. We are all passengers on this starship Milky Way, on a voyage whose destination is less important than the profound and beautiful journey itself. Thank you for joining me on this quiet exploration of the cosmos tonight. I hope it has brought you a sense of peace, wonder, and a deep connection to the universe. If you found this journey relaxing, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more voyages into the serene mysteries of space. For now, there is nothing left to do but to let the currents of sleep carry you the rest of the way. As you drift off, I leave you with one final thought to ponder in your dreams. If our entire galaxy is flowing on a cosmic river, what beautiful and unseen ocean is it flowing towards? Sleep well,